Okay. Hello, everybody. I am late. I am late coming on here tonight. So my apologies to anybody that's following me. Good evening. Got my chef hat on. Sight up on it. So first, I want to start off by saying I thank God for Jesus. I thank God for my opportunity to be here one more time with you guys and gals. Praise the Lord to all of my spiritual family. How to do to all of those that are not. But still, praise the Lord to you too. So today is October 8th of 2025. And my name is Angel D7 on Facebook. You can find me on TikTok and on YouTube as well. I've had a good day. I've had the opportunity to work today. It's an opportunity because it's all in your perception, right? I got on my gloves. I was just setting up my machine for the night, so I got kind of forgot all about it. I was supposed to be posting too, so but had a great day. Had a great day at work. Getting ready for bed. Usually I'll set up my machine, say about, sometimes I try to do about like an hour before so that I'm not rushing. I don't have to rush. I could just take my time. I'll get the bags of solution, and I would just go ahead and put it on top of the machine, go ahead and put the cassette on top of the machine, and then I just wait. Then a little bit later, I may turn the machine on, and then from there, I would just go ahead and when I get ready for like to lay down, I would just go ahead and finish up the rest of it. It only takes about 15 minutes for my machine. Again, if you're new here, my name is Angela, Angel D7. I have chronic kidney disease, and I am I actually do the peritoneal dialysis from home. And my whole point in making these vlogs or whatever you want to call it, these posts, is to help anyone that might be going through some form of CKD. I've been through all of the stages now, and tonight I would like to talk about some of my symptoms that I really didn't know were symptoms until I started feeling better. Now, I heard someone say, years ago, they said, you never know how bad you feel until you start feeling better, right? So I really didn't know how dire my condition was getting until I started feeling better, and I began to look back and like, wow, something was happening, right? So one of the symptoms that I didn't even tell my doctor about, because I didn't think it was a symptom until I started getting better, right? So it was, I would have these little small, like, they look like blood, like, I don't say blood spots. If you get like something under your skin and it looked like a red spot under your skin, it's just like pools of blood, or like, I don't want to call it a clot, but these little things underneath your skin, they'll just show up out of the blue. No, I didn't hit myself. There was no bug bites, nothing like that. It was literally, trying to get that light, that glare out of here. It was literally, they just show up. And they're real small. You can get them, I would get them anywhere on my body. It'd be on my shoulder, on my arm. They're just appear, I guess, primarily on my extremities. So that was one symptom that I noticed in my later stages of CKD. That was one. It's kind of like just like a little red things that would come up on my skin. But now I don't have them. I don't ever have them. So I know it had to be related to what was going on. All right. So another symptom that I would have, and I think they said it is because of I forgot the term that they used. You can become, well, the symptom was that my skin would be so dry to the point that it was kind of scaly, like dry, not cracking, but kind of, if I did like this, I can see some, not on my hand. Well, yeah, it was some of it was on my hand and most of it was on my legs and like the lower extremity area. And I could just rub a little bit and you could see little dry skin, I guess, dead skin or whatever, just rub off, just come off. So those are two symptoms that I had that I didn't really know that was symptoms until after I started PD and my condition had began getting better and better and better. So now that my anemia has gotten better. My kidneys are getting a little bit better. Well, when I say better, my creatinine level is going down a little bit. I'm not going to, it's not where I would love to be for it to be yet, but it's going down. And my blood pressure is going down. And clarity comes back. I'm very clear-minded. I've noticed that in my later stages of chronic kidney disease also, the type of work that I do, I have to be clear-minded. I have to be, right on it, and it's a lot of information that's going all day when I'm at work. I mean, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different systems that I'm using, all kinds of, things that I need to remember. And I noticed that I wasn't as clear. I wasn't as sharp before I started my journey to healing. I'm going to call it my journey to healing. I know that dialysis is not designed to heal. It's not designed to help your kidneys. If you don't know, you definitely know. Dialysis is not designed to help your kidneys. Dialysis is a pacifier. All it's going to do is help the condition, help you. It's kind of like high blood pressure. High blood pressure. Blood pressure pills is not designed to help you, your blood pressure. It's just designed to take it down. It's not going to heal it. It's not going to fix the problem. It's just going to pacify it so that you can live. Get you to a place that you're stable and you can just live comfortably. But you'll have to take that pill every day. If you don't take that pill every day, then you're right back to square one. So that's the same with dialysis. It's a medicine. Dialysis is a form of medicine. And you do your treatment. And as long as you do your treatment, you'll see your numbers start to improve, like your creatinine level. You'll see things start to improve, but it's never going to fix the problem. Now, it helps your body get rid of. Praise the Lord, Sister Shayla. So, have I had any lower back or side discomfort due to CKD? Now, when I was before I started dialysis, I had lower back pain all the time. It's just something that comes with the territory, because your kidneys, they're struggling, you know, when they're struggling. Well, my kidneys, they were struggling. So because they were struggling, it just, back pain. I didn't have a lot of swelling in my feet, in my lower extremities. Occasionally I would, but for the most part, I didn't have any swelling. But you can notice that, there is it's a change in your feet. It's like, they're not as, you know, you can see that there is some, I guess there is some, a little bit of swelling, just a little bit. Well, for me, it was just a little bit. It wasn't a lot, but I could tell times that I've had like a lot of fluid. When it's a lot of fluid, like if you drink a lot, like too much fluid in one day, your kidneys cannot, it's kind of like they just can't filter, because they're not working 100%. They can't filter all of that like they would like they need to. So because it's not filtering, it can't filter all that. You can't drink as much as a normal person. So definitely, of course, trying to stay away from any sodas, any dark colored sodas, especially if you're going to drink a soda. They do recommend like the ginger ale or Sprite, light color sodas only. No Coke, no Mountain Dew, no Pepsi, and nothing like that. But yes, the back pain did come with that. And what I would do a lot of times is I would take cranberry pills that you can get from the drugstore. They're cranberry pills. They're good. I know that people say, I mean, they're known for helping with urinary issues, UTIs, things of that nature. But it did give me some comfort whenever I was, before I started treatment. So that was one thing that I tried that did help a little bit now. But, you know, it's just something that does happen. So, but those are some of my symptoms I had. That was, that I really didn't realize how bad. Like now I don't have any back pain. Only when I do too much. But, where I am now, I don't have those symptoms anymore. The fog and the fatigue, stage 3. Oh, wow. Yeah, stage 3 is a tricky stage because there's two levels to stage 3. There's stage 3A and there's stage 3B. So, of course, stage 3A, you of course you prefer to get as low as possible. But they have their own different symptoms. Let me get my tablet real quick. But they all have their own symptoms that comes along with those particular stages. You got 3B. Okay. So 3B, you know, that's just, I mean, I believe I was at 3A before COVID. And when I got COVID, I went from 3. It's like I missed 3B. Totally missed 3B. It looked like it skipped over 3B, went straight to 4. I don't know. It's just 4. And then after 4, things just continued to progress. COVID, I was stable before COVID, but after COVID, it's like it just full speed ahead. So, yeah, after 3B, of course, it's 4. Of course, they'll start talking to you about saying that it's time to start making a decision right at about 4-ish. I mean, they'll talk about it a little bit because my doctor did tell me, he was like, Angela, eventually your kidneys are going to stop working. You know, and I appreciate my nephrologist being truthful with me, you know, so that I can be better prepared. No one wants to be on dialysis. No one wants to. But if that is one way, if I had to face that and I could choose between the home dialysis and or the center, then I'm gonna I can make a wiser decision instead of just saying, oh, I gotta go into the center. You do not have to go into the center. You can do the home dialysis. It is it is recommended for younger adults as well as working adults, because I don't wake up with a fog. I don't wake up feeling lethargic. I don't wake up like I got to go back to sleep for a few more hours and then I can start working. I start work every morning at 7:45, but I do work from home. Thank God for being able to work from home. If I had to work outside of the home, I don't know. I don't know if I would be able to do it. And try to be there at 7:45. You know, it depends on the distance, things of that nature, the hustle and bustle of traffic, and so on and so forth. I just want to say I thank God for being able to work from home. I do my treatment from home. I work from home, and I'm grateful. You know, Lord knew what was good for me. So, but yeah, those stages, they can go by real fast sometimes, depending on what's going on with your body. I'll tell anyone, check your iron. Your iron is a biggie. It will make you feel so tired, and that low iron, so tired and just so lethargic, like you just don't want to really do. And I used to work. Now my hours then was from 8:30, starting at 8:30. And that's kind of late for me. I'm an early bird. So 8:30 is like, okay, that's like, you know. And I would, right after work, I would shut down my computer, get in my bed, and lay down and go back to sleep. I used to do that day in and day out. Because having anemia, being anemic, it just, you just don't have it. Talking about exercising and none of that. You just don't have it. And you don't have the energy. So my heart goes out to anyone that is anemic. Anyone that is anemic. I wasn't anemic before. I had developed CKD. I wasn't anemic even I never was anemic. But when I developed this disease, I became anemic. And but now they have my anemia is getting better. So I thank God for that as well. I thank God for all of my accomplishments. I mean, anything that is moving in the right direction, I am grateful. So again, I don't know what the Lord is going to do for me, but I'm hopeful and I'm optimistic. But one thing I will not do is it will not defeat me. I will, with the help of the Lord, I will conquer this. You know, I will be triumphant. I just believe that. You know, again, it's all in your perception. If you perceive that the treatment is going to be just terrible, oh my God, just terrible, then it will. It absolutely will. It will. Yes, and it'll drive you bonkers, sitting up there, you know, fighting against it. But once you accept it and say, you know what, Lord, if this is in my cup that I should have to go through, help me to go through with a smile on my face. Help me to go through helping somebody, encouraging somebody, somewhere just to tell somebody about your goodness, because even in going through, you can still be grateful. You can still be happy. You can still be grateful. And to know, you know, let somebody see. Somebody's got to go through. Somebody's got to go through. And he chose us. Like I said in my last post, the Lord chose you to go through. That's what he was talking about. What, church Friday night? What a couple Friday nights ago, or about a week ago? The Lord chose you to go through. He chose me to go through. So that's what I'm here. I'm glad about that. But I know my last video, I was talking about my labs also. So I had not gotten all of my labs back as of that day, but I did get them back. So looking over my labs, one lab that they watch for when you're on dialysis, well, they primarily watch for the bun. They watch for the BUN, the BUN. They watched for the creatinine level. They watched for your calcium. They watched for your iron or your hemoglobin. They watched for your phosphates. Let's stop there at the phosphates. So about a month ago, my phosphate level was right at 5.0. And so, one second, let me get my tablet. So yeah, my phosphate level, if you don't know what phosphates are, let me get the definition as it says on Google, because so phosphates, let's see, I want to say it the way that is the proper way to say it, because sometimes I can jack up some words. I'm sorry, I don't mean to, but I can jack up some words. So so the phosphates. All right, so phosphates are the phosphorus. I'm not phosphates. I told you I can jack up some words. So phosphorus. So the phosphorus is by definition, and you probably can get to it quicker than I can, but it is toxins. Short definition. They are toxins that build up in your body, in your blood, and they can cause problems with your bones. Okay, here we go. Phosphorus intake must be restricted for chronic kidney disease patients because impaired kidneys can't remove excess phosphorus, leading to high blood levels, high blood phosphorus, or hyperphosphatemia can pull calcium from the bones, which can lead to like brittle bones or bone issues, making them weak and brittle. There you go. And also cause calcium deposits in the blood vessels and organs, increasing the risk for cardiovascular events and low phosphorus. A low phosphorus diet and medications called phosphate binders can help manage those levels. Okay. So, last month I did my labs and my phosphorus was right at like a 5.0, which that is like within range, normal range for me. This month my phosphorus went up to 6.8. You can see that number right there. So why did my phosphorus go up? That is, so one thing that I love that is high in phosphorus, and it's a challenge. It is a challenge when you know you're trying to watch your levels and stuff. It's a challenge. You got to know what you're doing. But about a day and 2 days before I went and had my labs done, I love pecans, walnuts, Brazil nuts. I love cashews, almonds. I love them. I can eat them anytime, but they are high in phosphorus. That is a big no. But, I thought, I could eat a little something, eat a little, a few of them. But then I started eating some more of them, and then I ate just about the whole bag. But I'm just saying, and then I go and have my blood, and she's like, well, what could have happened? What did you eat? It was the nuts. But, that's most likely it'll go, we're going to check it again next month, and I'm not going to eat any nuts, any almonds, or, no cashews, and none of that good stuff. So in a normal person, they can eat it. Yeah, they can eat it and without any problem. But no, not me. So I love you too, sis. Thank you for watching, sis. Thank y'all for watching. If I can help, I'm gonna be here. So my the other labs. So my albumin is another one that they checked. That was normal. My potassium, but they didn't check that one this time. They didn't check calcium. They did check. My calcium was normal, which is good. Phosphorus was the 6.8. If you want to know what level, it's 6.8. So that's a little high. I do have the phosphate binders. The phosphate binders are these pills that they give you. You take them with the first bite of your food every single time you eat to block any phosphate. Like, I could eat the nuts, but I should have, they pop one of those, but I haven't started them yet because this is the first time I'm needing them. So I'm gonna just check them next month, and I'm gonna see how it goes. My hemoglobin was at 11.0, which is better than it was. It was down to a 10.4 for my hemoglobin. But now it's at 11.0. So there is progress. So that's all I'm looking for is progress. And then, of course, my BUN, the last time I had it done, my BUN, it's the blood urea nitrogen. That test measures nitrogen in the blood produced by the liver and removed by the kidneys. So this, that has improved. So it was 56, and now it went down to 38, which is, that's an improvement. So I think I told you guys last time that the BUN should be about, I think it's about 20. Was it 20? Oh, and also my creatinine level was at a 7.38. But now it's at a 7.22. Progress is progress. I'll take it. I will take it. And so those are the primary labs that we did so far. This time when I went. I did not get a chance to do my iron treatment because it was hard for them to get a vein. I was like, oh my gosh. But see, this is the thing, and this is the tricky part with dialysis, with peritoneal, or I know hemo, you have that thing there, that port. You ain't got to look for nothing. They already have the shunt in there, so you don't have to worry about a vein. They're gonna get whatever they need. So but with home dialysis, I'm on the yes, ma'am. Praise the Lord. Yes, ma'am. I was on the prayer line. Okay. But with home dialysis, praise the Lord, Sister Baker. I'm sorry. I don't want to. Thank you for watching. But with home dialysis, being that I do it overnight, and a lot of times they have my appointment first thing in the morning, I go to the appointment, and it's like you're dry because keep in mind you have all of that. Well, even though it's at 11.0, they're wanting to keep it there. So it kind of, and Sister Shay, it'll kind of fluctuate. So when I go back, yes, they'll give me treatment. I think this is my third treatment. So it's like you get 3 and then they wait and see if it's going to hold, like if it's going to stay. So yeah, last time I did get one, but then the time before that they couldn't. It is the vein thing is them not being able to find a vein is kind of tricky. But because I told her, I said, because I am doing dialysis at night, that first a.m. appointment, I have not eaten, I have not drank anything, I haven't done anything. So yes, I would assume that it will be hard to find a vein. So what we're going to do is change the appointment to later in the day when I've gotten up, had some water, eaten something, and then after that, I'll go ahead and go to my appointments in the like, maybe after 12, and then see if they can get a better vein then. But that's what we got going now. Yeah. So I'm hoping that fixes the problem with going in the afternoon rather than first thing in the morning, because it has not been successful. So that's what the nurses they've come up with as well. So so a normal BUN level is typically, it says, ranges from 6 to 20 milligrams. So that BUN or BUN that I was talking about, mine is 38. So you can see where the abnormal levels look like. If 20 from 6 to 20, between 6 and 20 is normal. So right now mine is at 38, so that's a little bit, but it was at 56. So again, progress is progress. I'll take it. So yeah, just looking at, if anyone is having their labs done anytime soon, just take a look at them. You know what to look for now, right? If you're having problems with kidneys, they're automatically going to do these type of these tests on you anyway. If you're having problems with your kidneys, they're automatically going to check your creatinine levels. They're going to check your BUN. Also, one term that I mentioned last time is the GFR. The GFR is also a level that they're checked frequently on a person who's having trouble with kidneys. The normal range for is glomerular filtration rate. That's typically 90 to 120 milliliters per minute per. So it's between, the levels are going to show between, the normal would be 90 and 120. Okay, you did them back in April, yes. If you did them back in April, just if you can, I recommend anyone, whenever you go in to have your labs done, always take a copy with you, and just take some notes, about, so you can see where your levels are. Are they going up? Are they going down? Keep a record so that you can be your own advocate in seeing what's going on. Your doctors, sometimes they don't really bring things up until it's elevated, till it's like way out of range. So you have to be proactive in looking and saying, okay, well, this was 10 points less last 3 months, and now I'm at this level. Like, appears to be an increase here. And they'll say, oh, don't worry about it. Labs, they kind of fluctuate. But no, if you can clearly see, that there is something going on, don't let a doctor tell you that there's not. It's your body. They don't live in it. You do. And you know when something is going on. And you've got to be your own advocate. Like I said, if your doctor is not one that would like for you to ask questions, you need to get a new doctor. I will switch up on a doctor quick. If I can clearly see that you are not looking out for my best interest, and I'm paying you my hard-earned dollars, yes, I will switch up. I'll tell them right there, I want to thank you for everything that you've done, But I think I need to find someone else who would be able to help me. And not to be rude, but this isn't, that's not working. So I had a nephrologist, the first nephrologist that I had. And I'll tell you, it was at a doctor at, was he? At Bond Clinic. Is it the Bond? Yeah, at Bond Clinic. This doctor told me I was at stage 3A. This was this before COVID? It was before COVID. And he told me, he said, well, Miss Angela, we don't know why your kidneys are not failing, and we don't know why they're not getting better. And he said, I tell you what, he said, yeah, you have to do Mr. Frazier, thank you for joining. And yes, you do have to do your own research. You gotta read, I went to the library, got me a book on it, medical books and stuff. I know sometimes the wording is all, got the medical terms in it and stuff, but we are smart enough. We can figure it out. We'll get a medical dictionary if we have to, but we can figure it out. We can read, we can find out, we can do our own research. But this nephrologist told me, he said that he don't know why my kidneys weren't getting better, didn't know why they weren't failing. He told me, he said, I tell you what, from this point on, he said, I really don't know what to say to you. I don't know what to do. We've exhausted everything that we could. He said, well, I'll tell you what, just, if you get in pain, just go to the hospital and tell them to put you on dialysis. He said, if you start having pain, just go tell them to put you on dialysis. No, getting me prepared for anything, saying, talking about PD, no, talking about what hemo was for me, no, anything. And that was the last day he saw me. That was the last day he saw me. I did not give him any explanation. I did call in because I was really cool with the receptionist. She was very nice every time I went in. So I called her up one day and I said, hi, I just need my records to be transferred to this new nephrologist. And she was like, no, Angela, where are you going? Why are you leaving? I said, well, I think that my time have run its course with this doctor, and I choose not to. If anybody want to know the doctor's name, inbox me, I tell you, because I don't want to drag anybody on social media. But I definitely told him, no, thank you. So I got a new nephrologist, and if anybody want to know his name, inbox me. I'll tell you his name too. He's a very, very, I feel like he's a good nephrologist. When I got to him, he reviewed my records and reviewed all of my stuff and said, well, you know what, Miss Daniels, what we're going to do is, he said, well, when I told him about my situation, about my sister, my baby sister who had kidney disease, my two older brothers who had kidney disease, and all of them have had kidney transplants. My sister, unfortunately, passed away. My brother, my older brother passed away. And then I have another brother who is still living, who has a kidney transplant. He's had his for about 15 years now, so he's doing well. When I told him this story, and then I told him about my cousins who also have developed kidney disease and have had transplants, he said, this sounds like the APOL1 gene. And I was like, what? He said, have anybody done a DNA test on you? I was like, no. He said, this sounds like the APOL1 gene. I was like, okay, what do we do? He said, I'm going to go ahead and do the DNA test. He did it. They're in the office, sent it off. And he said, I was just waiting on results. I got the results back. And it was positive for the APOL1 gene. So what is the APOL1 gene? He described it to me as the, I'm going to just Google it and see what it says in Google, but I know what he told me, APOL1 gene. This thing's slow. So APOL1 gene, nephrologist, kidney disease. It says the APOL1 genes make an medical term a certain protein, APOL1 protein, which has a primary function in innate immunity, protecting humans from certain parasitic infections, particularly African trypanosomes. In kidneys, however, specific genetic variants, mutations, APOL1 are associated with increased risk of developing kidney disease, suggesting that while the protein has a protective role against parasitics, certain versions can become toxic to kidney cells. All right. So the history behind the APOL1 gene, according to what my doctor explained to me, he says that this is a gene that comes directly from Africa. People that are descendants directly from Africa. Of course, you know, my beautiful brown skin. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm from Africa. So, because of that, he said that in Africa, he said that there was some type of virus at some point, and their bodies, the gene mutated into the APOL1 gene to protect against whatever virus it was whenever many years ago. And I want to do my research on that too. And he said what happened is when it mutated, it created this APOL1 gene, and that's the gene that is causing the problems with the kidney. And it's only in the African American gene pool. It's not in Caucasian. It's not in Chinese. It's not in any of the other ones. It's an African, not saying African American, but an African gene pool. So, if you do have CKD and you're African American, you might want to have them to do a genome test on you just to see if you have this APOL1 gene. The biggest way they know that if it is the APOL1 gene is if multiple people in the family have CKD. If it's they say when a family have it, it's always more than one person in the family that's going to have it. Like they'll see 4, 5, 6 people in one family that has it. But if you don't have a big family, it could be just one person or 2 people that may be having problems and not realizing that it could be this APOL1 gene all along. And then you may see it in your children, or you may see it in your grandchildren. So it's good to go ahead and have a genome test done to see what's in your DNA. So, but yeah, so I wanted to, tonight was basically, talking about, just to recap, talking about some of the symptoms that I experienced, before, my kidneys before I got to this point where I'm actually on dialysis. Keep in mind, my kidneys have not failed. My kidneys are still working. They're just not working at the optimal level, wherein as I don't need any help. At this point, I do need some help. So that's why I am on the peritoneal dialysis. So, but as I mentioned, there are some symptoms that I did not realize was symptoms until I started feeling better. One was the brain fog. I used to get it like sharp all the time, but then and keep in mind, it's a gradual change. Sometimes people think, oh, you got CKD one day. No, it's over time that the kidneys begin to do what it does. And because it's so slow to get there, you don't notice some of the symptoms that you're having are symptoms. You just think that, oh, I'm just tired. We'll excuse it away. Oh, my allergies are acting up if you have brain fog or whatever, let me take a pill, let me take a vitamin. I'm just tired. I'm fatigued. Maybe I just need some sleep. That's all. I'm just tired. I've been going a lot lately. Let me go lay down and get some sleep. But that's not, I mean, if you have CKD, I can tell you it is slowly causing change in your body. If you have CKD, check your hemoglobin. That's what a lot of what is causing you to feel so tired and feel you don't feel like doing anything. You got to check your hemoglobin and see check needs to be at. And if it's not, they can do iron infusions, and there's, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get this medication that they gave me. It's a shot that they give me in my arm that kind of makes the bones make new red blood cells. I forgot the name of it, but I'm gonna get it and I'll tell you guys about it next time. But at this point it is 9:04. So I'm going to give you your time back. I want to thank you all for watching and joining me. I have new updates as time go on. I have new information to share with you. If you know someone that is experiencing problems with CKD, have them to join in. You know, if they have any questions or concerns, I'll be happy to answer any questions that they may have. I will be showing you guys my machine again and going over all of that. And so that you'll see, I want you to see, I'm gonna have my daughter I'll have my daughter to video me while I set up the machine and let you see, you know, a better view. I think last time I was recording it, so you saw some things, but you didn't see everything. So I do want to let you see that. And if you have any questions during that time, you guys let me know. And Sister Latasha, you said you're anemic, and I'm always tired and taking. So let me just say the whenever you're anemic, also the anemia pills, the tablets and stuff you buy over the counter, they're okay, but it is nothing like that iron infusion or the other medication I was telling you about, which I'm gonna get the name for. That iron infusion, that goes right into your bloodstream, and it helps. You feel like $1,000,000 afterwards. Like you can go and just, pick up a house and set it on the other side of the street. That's how good it makes you feel. Of course, over time it goes through your system, and then you come to a medium place, a balance where you still feel good. Especially when you see your numbers start to increase. But definitely, you know, check your hemoglobin, check it. If you're feeling real bad, tired and all of that, man, talk to your doctors. Hey, would an iron infusion be good for me? Are my numbers low to the point that I might need something like that? You know, let them know what your symptoms are. I'm tired all the time. You know, I don't want to do nothing. And that's how it make you feel, like you don't want to do nothing. So, yeah. But at this time, I'm going to go ahead and log off, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you for your questions. I love your questions. Thank you for asking the questions, because somebody may not feel ready to ask those questions. So when you ask them, they're like, yeah, that's what I was going to say. So thank you for asking the questions. So until next time, I want to tell you all that I love you. Thank you for taking the time out to watch my live. And I will see you guys next Wednesday, 8 o'clock. I'm going to be on time next time. This time I wasn't. But next time I will be on time. Thank you. Love you. Have a great night. Bye.